Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
It's good to see you all, and to those of you who have made out time to be here, first let me appreciate you. This is attending a gathering like this. You can't be, or you could have been in your house on your bed. It's a Saturday, relaxing. Some of you even had to come on your copper uniforms. I want to congratulate you first and foremost, and let you know that what you will learn here is not something you can buy. In fact, I can categorically tell you that what you have learned here, or what you will learn here, in your 4 or 5 years in the university, you probably have not learned this. My speech this morning is going to be on leadership, a vital tool for entrepreneurship success. Leadership, a vital tool for entrepreneurship success. What is leadership? What is entrepreneurship? What is leadership? Some of us had this idea or this notion that leadership has to do with one big man or one big woman being somewhere and instructing all others, commanding people, do it like this, come this way, do this, do that, giving instructions. Basically, even up till now, some of us still have the notion that leadership is giving instructions. I want to tell you right here and now that leadership is never and will never be standing and giving instructions. Leadership is sitting down or bending down to get to do the job. Leadership, from my note here, is your innate ability to inspire, to motivate, to influence, and to guide people towards achieving a particular objective. You have to be able to inspire, you have to be able to motivate, you have to be able to influence, and you have to be able to guide. You don't give instructions, you guide. Leadership is a quality, is a skill, is a quality skill that needs to be developed. Leadership is not born. Some people, may be born with leadership skills, but to be a successful leader, you have to develop it because it's an ever-evolving phenomenon. You might be very good today or be able to lead a particular group today, and by tomorrow, things have evolved. We know how the world is fast changing. So you have to keep updating yourself as a leader. How does that concern me with entrepreneurship? How can that help me build my business? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a successful entrepreneur. How can I imbibe leadership into entrepreneurship? I'll start by telling you that our speakers have given us an idea of what entrepreneurship is. From my note here, yes, entrepreneurship is solving problems, but there's something he did not add. There has to be a fee. Entrepreneurship is solving problems for a fee. You have to be able to solve problems, people's problems, and get a fee in return. How do you achieve that? How are you able to get people to part away with their money without feeling used, without feeling bad, so that they can always come back? That's entrepreneurship. Your ability to inspire people to part with their money, solve their problems, and then keep them happy to always come back. Sometimes you have done businesses, you have sold things, or you have done 1 or 2 things with people, and they don't come back. And as we know, success in business, go and ask people who have been successful, is the ability for people to keep coming back. Ask Dangote. Every one of us keep buying salt and sugar on a daily basis. We always go back to him to buy every day, today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. That's what keeps him rich. If we were to buy, fine, 170 million will buy a bag of cement once and we're done. The money will finish. The money will finish for him, but what keeps him wealthy, what keeps him consistently successful is our ability to always go back. So please always have that in mind when you're transacting a business with someone. Do it in a way that the person will come back. Very important. My time is just 15 minutes, but I'll try and cover what I have here. Now, one of the qualities, I think I've said that, of successful entrepreneurship is your ability to lead people, guide people to part with their money, solve their problems, and have them come back to you, always coming back to you. To be able to do that, there are some qualities of a leader that an entrepreneur needs to have. You don't have to be, first and foremost, I think personally, for you to be a successful entrepreneur, you first have to be a leader, even if it's a leader of yourself. Some of us at some point cannot lead ourselves. You can't get yourself to get out of bed at 7 a.m., even when you have places to go. Discipline. You cannot get yourself to be somewhere at a particular time. We procrastinate. As a leader, as a successful entrepreneur, you have to be able to lead yourself. Kill that spirit of procrastination, kill that laziness. Discipline yourself. That is one of the rules to be a successful entrepreneur. It's not, getting a job is very easy. You just wake up, you do routine things. You wake up, you take your bath, go to the office. Whether you work for that day or not, you get paid at the end of the month. But is that money enough for you? No. But as an entrepreneur, you have to work extra hard. Entrepreneurship is not easy, it's not cheap. It takes more than having a job, but the reward, of course, outweighs much more than the salary of an earner. An entrepreneur can stumble on $1 billion or $1 billion, let me say $1 million in three months. A salary earner for the whole of 35 years may not see that kind of money. Not anymore. With some of us going into power. By the way, I'm a contestant for the 2019 election. I'm contesting for my federal constituency in AKPAN state. So with some of us getting into power, there will not be that kind of opportunities again.
Amen.
Yes. All right. First, my first note here, it is imperative that as an entrepreneur, you need to have the following qualities. One of them is creativity. Creativity is one of the most ignored parts of entrepreneurship. People want to start a business and they think it is just starting a business, buying and selling. Yes, it involves trading, either products or services, but it goes beyond that. Your ability to sell this water. People are selling water. Your ability to sell your water in a different way. Your ability to sell shoes in a different way. Your ability to sell clothes in a creative way is what keeps you out, what stands you out, and what makes you a successful entrepreneur. There's this bottled water I saw, H2O. I'm sure many of us have known. Can you beat that? It's water. There's bottled water everywhere. But I attended an event recently. About 3,000 people attended here in Abuja, and that was the water they served. That was the first time I drank it. It's just water and lemon. That's someone being creative, and that water is here to stay. It's going to take over. These people will really, really, really be jealous because they will soon go out of business. So entrepreneurship is your ability to think. You have to be creative. Make sure you imbibe the culture of creativity. Think differently. Think out of the box. Make sure you do things in a different way. It can be weird. When the owner of Facebook started Facebook, he called up, you all know the story. He called some friends, and some people thought he was joking. Some people didn't show up. What has he got to tell us? Is it not Mark? Let's go. You might look stupid, yes. That's you being an entrepreneur. You might look stupid, but just do it. I saw some words online, and some words that are coming up. I just read that the Oxford Dictionary is adopting those words. We all know about bootylicious, adopted long ago. There's this one, advantage or something like that. It's trending right now. The Oxford Dictionary is adopting it. That's someone's creativity, insane creativity, coming up with that, and that it will be on record that it is this person. I don't know who, but the person it will be this person that came up with things like that. So you have to think, come up with something different. Every business you are thinking of going into, be it in fashion, be it in entertainment, be it in whatever, somebody has done it. People are doing it, not even somebody. People are doing it, but your ability to apply your creativity to it is what will stand you out. The next point I have here is direction. As a leader, Direction is very important, and as an entrepreneur, direction is even more important. Many of us have done businesses that today you're doing this, tomorrow you're doing that, and in the space of 1 year, you have done, there are 12 months in a year, you have done 24 that kind of businesses. Someone meets you today, so what do you do? I'm a real estate agent. Tomorrow the same person meets you, what do you do? I'm into oil and gas. On another event, 3 months later, what do you do? I'm into this, I'm doing to do that. No, you have to have a direction for your business. If you want to be successful, choose a path and follow it through. Focus, follow on course until successful. Choose a path, follow it through. Stop hopping from businesses to business. You might think it's a small thing. Some people will say, okay, I'm looking for the one that suits me. The money doesn't come immediately. There's no overnight success. There's no overnight success anywhere. So if you're sitting down here thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur because I want to be rich. By next year, I want to be driving this kind of car. By next year, I want to do this. I want to know. You may not get it right. You may be getting it very wrong. But when you stick to one thing, follow it through, have a direction, have focus, you within a short time, it will amaze you when the success will come. I'm sure the billionaires that we have all over, entrepreneurs, if they were told that at some point this is what they will be worth, I don't think they would have believed it. Develop a strategic vision. Another point is get a mentor. I will come back to this. Let me focus on, because my time is, please, timer, is there a timer? 5 more minutes. Create the right atmosphere for your business. You are here as a startup, you want to start a business as an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. You don't have to wait till you can afford an office space. You don't have to wait till you can afford a shop. You don't have to wait till you can afford a car. You can start from your bedroom. Someone just told us how he started a business with 200 naira, just with a complimentary card. I'm sure he doesn't have an office, or he didn't have an office at that time. But you heard the story, how that turned. So create an atmosphere. You can be whatever you want to be, but create that right atmosphere. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, motivate yourself, inspire yourself. Before you can lead others, like I rightly said, you have to be able to lead yourself first. Leadership has to start from you. Until you are able to lead yourself, until you're able to guide yourself, until you yourself are able to inspire yourself. Do you know there's a way you can inspire yourself? You do something and you sit down and say, I tried. Let me do this thing, I try. There's a way you can motivate yourself. Nobody will motivate you. You carry yourself by yourself and go wherever you want to go. Nobody is anywhere to motivate you, to help you to grow. If you are here sitting, okay, I have one rich uncle who is going to help me, blah, blah, I have one rich. They have their problems at their levels. They have things they are focused on. So it is left for you to create the right atmosphere for yourself. Develop yourself, carry yourself, build the right atmosphere for your business. You want to be successful, see yourself as a successful entrepreneur. Don't talk down on yourself, don't talk cheap. Once you have chosen your direction, you want to be this, do it right. Follow it through. See yourself as a success in that area until the success begins to show, until it begins to manifest. I've said this, do not wait before you have it all. Start small, yes. Start small, just start something. You don't have to get it all right. There's this, my favorite quote is, great things start small. Start something. If you don't start something, what will become great? If you don't have anything. I'm a Christian. Sometimes when I speak, I relate my speech to the Bible because I believe every principle of business and leadership comes from the Bible. While we were born, he was saying something about when we were born. Each and every one of us has a gift. Some of us have more than one. Some have one, but everybody has a talent. Everybody has a gift. Identify it, develop it, and work with it. No matter how small it is, just start something and it will grow. That's what God will use to bless you. I'm a student of the John Maxwell Leadership Institute, and one of his favorite quotes here is, jump. Even if you do not understand what's going on, just jump. While you are falling down, develop wings. Do you know what will happen when you are falling down? You jump. As you are falling down, you are developing wings. Will you still fall down? No. That wing is what will propel you back up. Your wing will propel you back up. So let's have it. Now, your jumping is starting something. Even if you are about to fail, even if you don't understand how it goes, start it. After you have disciplined yourself, after you have chosen the right path to go, start something. Be deliberate and intentional. I think I've said that a little. You cannot have something you do not see. Have something you have not envisaged in the spirit. Something you have not accepted in the spirit. You cannot have it. So be intentional, be deliberate about your business. You want to start a business, you want to run a business, you're already running a business. When you go out for meetings, look good. Dress well. Be presentable. You don't have to spend all your fortune on clothing or whatever. Clothing, shoes and all of that. But there's a way you can wash and iron it. If possible, starch it. Let it be standing. When they see, they know that yes, you put effort in your looks. Take care of your hair, take care of your looks. Very important. Be deliberate, be intentional. Success does not come by accidents. You have to carefully work to it. Carefully plan, strategically plan your way. You want to get into a particular business. Look for mentors. Mentors now. Look for mentors. Read about them. Invest in mentorship. Some of us now, young people, they believe you have to get a mentor and the mentor has to mentor you for free. It's not always the case. Learn to pay for things. It's very important. Learn to pay for things. It's very important. So if you have chosen a path that you want to follow, look for a mentor. You can start following them online, see what they do, see their posts, read about them. Then, if you need to take it further, meet them in person, apply for mentorship. Let them mentor you, guide you in that area, and it's a strategic move. You learn from their failures. Failures are limited when you have a mentor to guide you. Be consistent. I think I've said that with direction. You have to be consistent. Consistently consistent. Let you be known for this. You have to build a brand around your business. Let people see you and know, oh, this is the lady from a unique fashion house. Oh, that's a gentleman from here and there. That's anywhere they see you. It might take time, but once they have that, I had a cleaner that was cleaning one of my offices back then. I called him recently as a cleaner, and I was so impressed that he has taken his cleaning office or cleaning services to a higher level. I called him, I got this small job to clean a place. By the time I called him, he was telling me, Madam, I now have machines, I now have this, I now have this. It's been a long time, about 2-3 years. I was thinking the guy will not be in the business again because 3 years ago, he was just sweeping floors. He wasn't doing very well. But now he has machines, he has cars, he has trucks. The business is doing well, registered as a limited liability company. He's handling bigger jobs. He even has retainership with companies, some government office companies, parastatals, institutes. Retainership job where they pay him money every month for that. Just by starting as a cleaner. I was so impressed with that. So you have to be consistent, you have to be resilient when the troubles come. Because some troubles will come. We're never promised a smooth sail, thank you. We're never promised a smooth sail. But know that when that turbulence comes, it's there with you. It's now your ability, your way. You have to build a resilience. Your standing is making me nervous. Okay, I'm rounding up now. The last one, go digital. Make sure we all know about that. Some of us have Facebook page. You are planning to start a business. But if I go to your Facebook page, what will I see? You are there arguing about politics, what you do not know about. Instead of it to be promoting your business, you are there arguing about football. You are there sharing what one celebrity or another celebrity is doing. But you hardly post your business. You hardly post the things that you sell. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to round up now. Please, let's focus. Like I said, leadership is first leading yourself before you can lead others. Have at the back of your mind that you inspire, motivate, and influence people doing business with you to always come back. That's how you can marry leadership with your business. Inspire them. It's a skill you have to keep developing yourself. Don't think you have it now. You have to keep growing, developing yourself. Be creative, have a direction, be focused, be consistent, be deliberate, and create the right attitude for your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. 5 resource persons on the panel. We want to include Mr. Abraham Orupe. A round of applause for this man. If you are in support that we have all the persons seated participate in the panel discussions, say aye. Aye. If you are not in support, say nay. The ayes. Is it high or high? Aye. We have it. You know, before we proceed to the panel discussion that's going to last a moment, 15 to 20 minutes. If you have this, just turn to the extreme end, the back. You are going to see entrepreneurship training, a lot of them. We are currently receiving, registering and scouting facilitators in all those areas who are going to be a part of our institute, Entrepreneurship Institute, that we are building, already established and duly registered. So if you happen to be a facilitator in any of those areas, you just go on our website and use the registration interface there to register. There is a place where you see facilitator, a drop down button there. You see facilitator, you register and enter all the required information. Of course, you are going to be paid for every involvement you have with us, except when we need to give out on a social responsibility basis. Or if you see any area where you can teach knowledge and make professionals out of, you are free to register. And why not, as we proceed, you are going to be engaged. So that is that. And the jotter you have is the jotter, the last page, you are going to see events calendar 2019 is a schedule of all our events till the onset of 2020. In any case, it's also identified there that some of those events may be subject to reviews as we proceed. You know, we live in a democratic system. Changes may apply that may need us to have a little adjustment, but those are the events. You are free to identify areas where you want to partner, sponsor, volunteer, as the case may be. This is a moving train, and so ensure to be in the move. So that being said, we are having just 2 folks to go who are going to make presentations after the panel session. You know, so this is the point where you ask questions regarding virtually any area of endeavor, especially with regards to everything we've been taught. You have questions. Oh yeah! You know, this is the time. And I would like us to know that Domino's Pizza are in the house. They are here highly and duly represented. A round of applause for them. Especially those who don't talk pizza. You know, they are representing them. They are going to have a few minutes to just say one word or two after the session. And also, we have exhibition. We just want to see how we can frame everything into a 30 minutes, and we are on our way. So right now, I'm going to invite Grace and Mary. They are going to work with me as we kickstart the panel discussion session. So you have a question, you want to get the mic, just signal by raising your hand, or you've written your question somewhere. You want it to be addressed, it will straight to the high table, and I know it will address effectively. That's gorgeous Grace over there. You can reach out to her, you know, as the need arises. So, first question. Wonderful. Your name, your question.
My name is Ibrahim Lord. My question is, I know you will agree with me, one of the key social issues that we are facing nationally is the issue of social trust. And the issue of trust has a very large effect in doing business and entrepreneurship development. My question is, how can we, at a personal level and at a larger level, overcome the issue of social trust, which is very low in Nigeria, in the development of entrepreneurship, both at personal level and at a larger level? Thank you.
Can we give a round of applause to that? He was the first person to ask. If that is understood or needs to be recast. Okay, you need to use a lesser English arrangement.
Right. So since we doing in business, entrepreneurship, you have to involve others. And if we look at our society, there is issue of trust. Sometimes you are afraid, who can you involve? Can you trust that person with your business? Can you trust that person with your partnership? The issue of trust, I know you can agree with me, that is very low here currently in our society. So now my question is, what advice can you give us, what at personal level, of that we are trying to be starters, which we are, actually, we have a fear of trust. How can I trust this person with my business? And at a larger level, how can we overcome the issue of trust for entrepreneurship development?
Okay, I think it's largely talking about trust in business, which is not too obtainable in this part of the world.
Just make sure you have the terms of the business. Make sure that everything is properly documented and parties involved to this side. Like one example, I have someone who is doing. There's a young man that I always keep in trouble, but he's one of my best programmers. So now I can't do without him, but at the same time he's in trouble. So haven't understood that he has issue with trust. Trust in the sense that as at the time he need money, you tell him you want him to run this program, he will say yes. Give him money, then another bigger job comes. You no longer have time for that sort of thing. You are not disappointing your client, but your client doesn't know him, they know you. So what I start doing with him is, that time he have need. All right, this job is for 14 days. You have to deliver. In the case that you do not deliver, you're going to pay whatever damage that might cost back to me as the need might arise. So the last time we did was I gave him a procurement job that was supposed to be 14 days. Then he ran into another job. So all I had to do was to take that document and went to the nearby police station. I gave it to them to invite him, not to lock him, just to remind him that he has gone. Now, why I took 14 days with him, I gave the clients maybe 4 days, because I know he may like different. So now the issue of trust is that your delivery time should not be exact delivery time in respect from whatever you are sourcing your service. And then always have whatever you are doing with people documented. If you go to supermarket, those who take stuff, it's minimized. You get even a good person, a good thief, good people will become good when it goes to the supermarket that have good security camera. Try to make sure you put structures on ground that will minimize the issue of failure of trust. Now we are running 300 computers networking at Suleja, low budget at Suleja, yes, low budget center before the market. Now the person that went there, I gave a document to sign. Now the client that contracted the job to me, I gave a document to sign. Now as at the time we see budget, I told him that you have to add some money. It was not an assumed addition. It was in the document he signed. Now, at the time of peace, the global policies that will guide you in conflict, don't wait until there is conflict because none of them will sign those documents. So, they have to refer back to their document and discover that I wrote, I'm going to install these with 24 CCTV camera minus 42 inches television. So, but they told me that the 42 inches television is part. I said, I refer them back to the document they have signed, and case closed. So don't assume that people will be honest. Even when they will be honest, give them document to sign. You get it now. Once they sign, if there is problem, you refer back to those documents. If there is no problem, fine. You keep record of the content of the agreement before finance comes into place, so you won't be victimized. Some clients have an attitude of even renegotiating after you have started. So you should investigate what problem might come up, X, Y, Z, and then come up with an agreement that is going to curtail either party from going across. Then trusting is managed. Thank you.
Okay. And you're also free to direct your question to a specific person on the panel, you know.
Thank you. Your name? My name is S.A. Suleiman. I am one of the core members that just passed out on Thursday, and I wish to appreciate the organizers of this program for a job well, and also the resource person for an education really impacted. Now my prayer, I have a prayer on behalf of myself and the just passed out core members here to Mr. Zaks. That is a training link. Please, I don't know if there's a way you can dash into us so as to support us in our future. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. A question? Okay.
Thank you. I am Ismail Tariu. My question goes to the madam. As somebody who is aspiring to be one of the policymakers in the country, I would know that one of the problems we are having in the country as far as business is concerned is this bureaucratic bottleneck. You want to do this. You want to do this. When they say come for loan at the CBN at 22%, or at the commercial bank, 22% interest, where will I go? Please, what are the things that you have? And I know everybody on the other side of the fight is an influential somebody. What are the things that you are putting in place to make sure that we deal with this bureaucratic bottleneck that are actually challenging the new entrepreneurs? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Now, if I understand you very well, hello? If I understand you correctly, are you what sense? Please give me the microphone. Let me get what exactly you're asking. What are the policies I am planning to put in place?
One thing is this: it's not what you have to put in place.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that this country we have a lot of bureaucratic bottlenecks. Going to CAC we have issues. Going to SOA, going to NIS. Going to all these places, NAFTA, all these places, they will give you some conditions that you cannot fulfill. Let me give you an example. Very recently, my colleague and I, we have one media outlet. We want to go into advertising because we are into magazine publication. So we want to go into advertising. And what we actually want to do is to erect billboards across our state because we know it's very, very rare. On getting to the state, the number one thing is you need an AKPAN certificate. How much is that? 250,000 naira. You need to pay us to inspect the place. How much is per inspection? Per site is 10,000 naira. If we are taking you to 10 sites, I'll pay 100,000 naira. Another thing is they said for every phase of this, you are going to be paid 132,000 naira per year, even if there is nothing there. So all these are bureaucratic bottlenecks that actually challenge all the new entrepreneurs.
Thank you. Now, for you to want to go to that line of business, you must have the funds to be able to erect those structures. So them asking you, I don't know for your state if there's a law to that effect, or someone just said it verbally. You should ask for documents. If it's truly a regulation, if it's truly something that is in the law, that's the regulation in in your state as regards erecting billboards and stuff and things like that, then that issue will now be tackled from your state house, that it's either too much and stuff like that. But if it is not, and somebody just tells you verbally, you know what the issue is. But then, for you to want to go to that line of business, you must have the funds. Erecting billboards is not cheap. It's not cheap. So why don't you, if you don't have that kind of money to pay them, because of course you have to pay to take them to the site, and they have to inspect the site, regulate whatever you're doing, so you don't come and erect something that will fall off on people. Okay, so they have to regulate it, and you have to pay for it. If you're going for that kind of business, you must have the funds. If you don't have it, then stick to something that you can do with the available funds, or find something else to keep you busy while you raise the funds that you need. But as regards the 250,000 that you mentioned, I don't know if it's a regulatory thing, as in amounts that is stated, if it's a law that's the amount that needs to be paid, or if it's somebody that is just in the office is telling you blah 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 blah. Do you understand?
Yeah, very nice question. The issue of double taxation, I mean, is a problem in this country. When they say we're a developing nation, I don't know whether you understand what that means. Do you know what it means? When we say we're a developing nation, I have an Argentine friend here in this country. Every time I remind her, when are you going back? He says it's easier to make money in Nigeria. Yeah, that's except taxation. Okay, so if you want to climb up, what do? You climb, Abi. If you jump up, what are you doing? You come down. I mean, if you want to climb a tree, what do? You climb up, Abi. Then you remain up. If you jump up, what will you do? You crash. You crash. So we are preaching entrepreneurship, very important. But there are learning routes to entrepreneurship. Advertising and publicity is a big business, and there is AKPAN. Okay? As an individual, I'm not sure that you can just get off to start going to erect big board all over the place. We're preaching entrepreneurship is good, but sometimes it's good to have experience. So if you want to go into advertising, for example, you can learn the rope by going to get employment in a bigger firm. So you understand all these challenges, then you now know how to overcome them. So that when you now set up your own, you will be aware of all these charges that we're talking about. So I mean, the fact that we want you to be all entrepreneur, sometimes it's better for you to learn, to gain experience before you start your own voice. Thank you.
I'm Mary. The question I want to ask is it wrong for you to tax people from your people? Why I have this question is because I inherited this as a physical therapist. Okay. I inherited this as a physical therapist. And anytime I give people service, maybe they have dislocation with their bones, or they have a stroke and every other one, and I expect them to give me something for it in return of the service I render. And when they go out and I within my friends were like, this person is supposed to pay me, why you don't pay me? They're like, it's wrong for you to charge them from your gifts. So I want to know if it's wrong. And after all, I will just have the pain back to me. I'll be same pain, I'll start feeling it. And I'm like, why would I have a gift and not charge people from it? Is it wrong?
To your question directly, it's not wrong.
Because you know what they say is like, your gift open doors for you, right? It's a gift. So it does not mean you should be giving that as a gift, right? So in as much as a gift, it can be a source of income to you. So you use your discretion to know when to give it as a gift or when to commercialize it for profit. In the sense that what you need to do first is understand the worth of what you are doing. If not, in the next 5 years, you make nothing out of it. So what you need to do is at times give discount. Or there are persons you know that this person cannot pay for this thing. Use that as your, which one will I give now? Go one, no poverty. So now come in head side. Your gift there should be as your foundation. Anything you're doing for charity, give it out there. Then why, if you meet some persons that you know that can pay for that services, my dear, please charge and send your account number.
Thank you very much. My name is Ayo.
Three more questions.
My name is Ayo. Thank you very much. I've been seeing people talking about entrepreneurship in agribusiness, in travels, in IT, even in politics. And the entrepreneurship I've not been seeing is in education. And I'm trained as an educator, 4 years university. We have not been taught this entrepreneurship in education. And so people see teachers as poor people because you know the average take-home of average Nigerian teacher. And I want to ask, number one, to this how can we integrate this IT in education to give us money? That's number one. Then number two, we have been seeing this IT in this entrepreneurship in education about jobs, tutorials, and who to have money, big schools. And all of that how can we really try and be a good entrepreneurship in education? Thank you.
Okay. Like right now, I'm looking for teachers who are skilled in fashion and design, who are skilled in Nigerian fries and bakes, who are skilled in digital animation. Because why our core area remain graphic and ICT related services, we now discover by the introduction of the online academy, we now discover that there's a business side of training. Okay, now the business side of training is, if you want to bring people in a classroom, you need more money to erect structures that can accommodate them. You get? But if you have like 100,000 naira, we can sell to you an e-learning system that you can use to teach your physics. Instead of children to come to a specific location, you can give them code that when they come back from school, they log in, and that code it looks like a day fee. When they exhaust it, they can use their credit card and recredit it. So why our core area remain entrepreneurship, ICT, and other related services, we equally understand the place of some people not having time to learn some courses. Like last 3 days ago, I just finished a program on decision making, management level on LinkedIn, and they collected $29 from me. Okay, today I'm starting another training on managing your marketing audience in my house. I mean, I'm not traveling. Those people training me, they are US. They are making huge sum. I alone is paying $29. You can imagine the number of people in LinkedIn who are equally subscribing to board or management training program or premium program. And the premium program I selected is one of the cheapest one. You get it now, because it's not easy for you to just want to pay $29, you get, even though it's easy if you understand the impact. But when I saw the courses they were teaching, I know for me to get a certificate from that instructor, I need to travel to US. But LinkedIn are just giving me the instructor, and at the end of the training program, you get certified. So what I'm trying to say, there are home set class. Okay, there's a school in Warepa that does their continuous assessment online. Okay, someone sold it. A teacher in the school who is ICT compliant sold it to the school. Instead of having these children come carry papers so much around, why not they do the assignment online? Then the parents will have to get a scratch card to be able to monitor children's performance. So if you have any idea on how you can make money in education, all you just need to do is to put it in paper. Then we'll then give you back a software, or we'll give you back a structure, a system, ICT-wise, that can help you take money from them and so on. Let me tell you again, JAM before now spent so much money sending invigilators to go and invigilate people in schools. Someone came up with the CBT Center. Now, we just the CBT Center we worked at Suleja opened my eye to see that just housing 300 computers, you can make up to 50 million naira a year from JAM. I mean, no school have ever got that amount of money, allowing JAM to come and use their school. I think it's usually free before. But right now, it has been commercialized that you have to have a particular structure like that. So there is money in education. And even this graphic design we're giving for 2,000 naira. I want you to understand, we now have over 133 students running the program at 2,000 naira. And I don't have to even go there. The system is already structured the way that if you model 1 teach you introduction in graphic, and at the end of the modules give you automatic quiz. So I've just stressed myself one time to come up with a teaching pattern, and everybody who go to run that program give me 2,000 naira, and the system automatically scores you. I don't even need to know. You get, when it scores you, the only thing is that when we are hunting for students, we'll go and check performance lane. If you have 100%, we cannot give you an assessment, one-on-one assessment to be able to employ you into our system. So there is money in education, because I don't think it is in any interest of any parent anywhere to have a child that is not educated. And if that is possible, that means the number of people who are schooling or potentially are going to be schooled are the number of your market. So you now look at courses that are difficult, courses like physics, mathematics, those courses that are difficult to learn. Come up with a cartoon way of making it so easy. We'll have a video side of your tutorial where they have one-on-one with you. We have the theoretical side where they do more of reading, that they will need a physical instructor that will explain that to them, so on and so forth. So there is money in education. It's just that the people in education have never till now, some schools are beginning to run online courses. If you go outside the country, they promote online training program more than Nigeria do. Because the outside people, the people running these online courses outside their border, generate higher income for them and at lower stress level. And so there is money in education, and with these and more, you can be able to integrate entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I mean, there is business in everything. Okay, are there doctors in the house? Medical doctors in the house? Okay, so for me, I'm just imagining as a businessman, I can set up a hospital and employ doctors. Okay? And that hospital is likely going to do better than the one that is set up by a doctor, because I am looking at it from a business point of view. Our center, the G Learning Center, we set it up and we now discover a gap, which is what the definition of entrepreneurship is. Someone who finds a gap and is able to make money from that gap. So we now started running educational services. During the long holiday, we had a summer school, and close to about 100 students came, charging them an average of 25,000 for a period of 5 weeks. So we now discovered that a lot of people want to leave this country. SAT, TOEFL, all these other things. And we discovered there are some freelance teachers all over the place. They know those centers. So they don't even want to work for anybody, because they earn 2,000 here, earn 3,000 here. By the time you know, at the end of the month, they are grossing home about 250, 300,000. So why would they want to work for somebody? So for whatever enterprise that you are in, whether it's education, whether it's hospital, you can always look at those gaps that are there and be able to find a solution that will give you income at the end of the day.
And recently I discovered something, sorry, 1 minute. The Open University, some of them, they are giving us, we are printing their projects at a high discount rate. Their project, we are printing it for 10 naira, black and white, per page. So we got kind of a reasonable order online for them. And I've discovered that there is a young man that owns an academic portal where you roughly run into all project topic from A to Z, and you just need to pay 5,000 naira to get your project done. 80% of the people in now go to that portal, get list of projects, give their supervisor their proof, come back, they either pass through us to buy it. But the only thing we do, because we want them to know it, is that these projects have default states that may not be your location. We will not insist that you go and look for, like one that is on business management entrepreneurship challenge. The case study was Enugu, somewhere in Enugu. I have to make the person to go to Gwari, use the survey questionnaire to generate real calculation to complete the project. So at that point, you have to read at least, even though somebody has helped you, you need to read and make the correction. We will not do correction for you. But if you want us to do correction for you, we will not charge you 25,000 naira, which is too big. You get it now? Reason is that we have this idea that if the wrong thing is so affordable, people will do it so much. You get it now? If you come to do the same typesetting of that number of pages, you might be spending like 2,000 or 3,000. But once it's on educational material, we will be charging you more. You get it now? So the objective there is that someone has done that research work, go to school, see potential project topics, come up with it, do the work, make it easier. So instead of you to go online and start scouting, that some people who are not computer compliant may find it so difficult, the person have project that people can buy. And of course, if you imagine none takes too many students, at 5,000 naira, how much the person is making for what? For developing potential challenge project topics.